Today we're going to create a hand-drawn version of this Japanese wave pattern. Things that you're going to need are 3 coloured pencils, any 3 colours that you think will look great in a pattern, a glue stick, a pair of scissors, and 2 sheets of white drawing paper. Drawing paper could also be called cartridge paper. They're both A4 in size. If you don't have drawing paper, just use some printer paper, that'll be just fine. So 2 sheets. I'm going to get rid of the pad, get rid of my final example, get rid of one of those pieces of paper. Now I've chosen 3 colours that are quite close to each other, a red, orange and a brown. When they're close in colour like that, they're called colour cousins, but you can choose any 3 colours that you think will look good in this pattern. What we're going to be doing is using the first sheet of paper to draw a series of wave patterns, and then we're going to cut them out and glue them onto the second piece of paper. Okay, let's start by drawing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 wave patterns. So at the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You'll have 10 little individual wave patterns. Each arc will have 1, 2, 3, 4 arcs, and that's going to become one wave. I'm going to draw another one with the same color. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to switch colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, and another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to switch colors again. I haven't used brown. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This mistake will be really easy for me to get rid of. I'm just going to colour it in. One arc, 2 arcs, 3 arcs, 4 arcs. 1 arc, 2 arcs, 3 arcs, 4 arcs. And the other color, red. 1 arc, 2 arc, 2 arcs, 3 arcs, 4 arcs.
1 arc, 2 arcs, 3 arcs, 4 arcs.
We're going to colour them in before we cut them out and glue them down. Now, if you're wondering why you don't just draw them on, you could certainly try and just draw this pattern. But you'll find there's little complications because each wave overlaps the next wave. So this sits in front of this and this sits in front of this. This sits in front of this and this sits in front of this. And that's why we're going to draw them and colour them separately and then glue them down. When it comes time to colouring in, when you've got a really long lead, I can use the side. I can also move this around to make this a little easier for me as I'm colouring in. Each of my arcs and that make up a little set of waves is quite imperfect. I'm going to colour each of those the same. But
it really doesn't matter whether you colour them the same or differently. You can put the colour wherever you like, but you just want to be thinking as you place the colour,
what's going to look wonderful at the end? Now I might put some orange in this one.
So you might be colouring along at the same time as me.
Or you might like to pause the video and do all your colouring in. Doesn't matter. I'm going to finish all my colouring in before I cut out and glue. Now, where else shall I put some orange? I think I'll put some down here. Maybe in the middle there. I'm being quite even in my pressure so that I get an even band of orange. But again, that's just because I think it will look nice. And when you're colouring in, you get to decide what you think will look nice. I'm going to switch colours over to the red. Where will I put some red? This time I might colour in an arc, a base arc. I'm going to sharpen it a little more to get more access to the top of the pencil, to where all that beautiful red colour is. And then I can use the side of that pencil I might put some red in this one next. Yeah, I'll do the little arc. Oops, I went outside the line there. Doesn't matter. You'll notice I haven't gotten out a rubber. If I make any mistakes, I'm just going to colour over them. I'm not going to be using a rubber. Rubbers are for making things perfect, and art is never perfect. Maths can be perfect, and art has all this room for imperfection. Oh, now where else shall I put some red? I think I need more brown. This one next. So I think I'll put some, I've got some nice access to the top of the pencil lead there, so I think I'll start there. And this one I'm going to do the same. You might make yours all completely different to mine. Don't forget at the end of this activity to upload it to Seesaw so your teachers can see it. Don't forget at the end to take a photo and upload it to your distance learning platform. And this is when you need your scissors. And I'm going to cut out each one. One. bottom. Three. Four. Just get rid of that again. Makes it a little easier for me to cut the next row. Five. Six. Seven. Eight. I need two more to go. Nine. Nearly there. And 10. We've cut them all out and we're ready to glue them down. I don't have enough to cover a whole sheet of A4, so I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to carefully line up the corners. And once that's beautifully lined up there, I can run my finger over to the side and it folds beautifully. Now that we've got all our little waves cut out, I've taken my other sheet of A4 paper, I folded it in half and tore it into two pieces. One piece we're going to place the patterns in position, and the other piece we're going to do the gluing on. Actually, I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to place them there and glue them here. Now we recall that the pattern needs us to place one row in front of another row in front of another row. Each little wave is placed in front of another wave. So we're going to start in the top right hand corner. Place a wave and another wave. It doesn't matter which order, but what matters is that you put it over it, and then you get another wave and put it over it. I'm going to try and make them even. Then we'll go to the next row, and we know that it goes in front, and another one goes in front. Then we're going to come down to the next row. I'm starting on the right hand side each time. I'm lining that up with that one that sits in front of that one that sits in front of, that's the same, I think I'll use a different one, that sits in front of that one, and then we've got two more that will go there and there. Now we've got a repeating pattern that one sits in front, in front, in front. Have a little look and see if you're happy with your design. You could make some more if you want to fill in the sides. I'm quite happy with mine. I'm going to get my glue stick now and just slide it up a little bit. And I'm going to glue it in the same way that I placed it. Top right hand corner first. And glue it. Oops, I'm going to make it level down. This one. Glue it down so it overlaps just a little bit there. There. Next one. Glue it down, just to make it overlap a little bit. There. Okay, we're coming down to the next row. So we're working from the right to the left, which is the opposite to the way we write and read. from the right to the left, and we're coming down to the next one in the next row. And that's going to go in front, just there. Next one. Goes in front. Now we're going back up to the top one. Again, we're starting from the right hand side. Bring it down. It's going to go off. It goes off my page a little bit, but that's all right. I'm lining that up kind of with the one above. Next one. And it overlaps a little bit. It overlaps that and it overlaps that. There's a little bit of a space, but I don't care. Next one. It goes a little bit over. Everything overlaps. There. Last two. This one. Goes in front. We are nearly done. One more. Let's move that up. Oops. And that one goes in front. Now I've got a little bit of excess glue there. I'm just going to get a tissue and wipe that off. Also going to use the tissue for any little bits of glue that are a bit messy. It'll help me press it down evenly. Oops. Bit of pencil colour coming off there. It's all right. I've finished with the glue. Now the last thing I want to do is crop this side with my scissors. I'm going to crop the bottom so it's even across the bottom. And then I'm going to crop this side. And there you have your own wave pattern, where one is in front of the next row, which is in front of the next row. Once it's dry, you could go ahead and add more color or decoration if you want to.